So you got yourself a new Citadel Boss 12 gauge semi-automatic shotgun out of Turkey, and you don't know how to break it down. Well, that's what I'm going to take you through in this video. So the first thing you want to do, make sure she's empty, obviously, and come up here and detach the muzzle. You just got to take this muzzle brake off. It's pretty. You got to pull that right out of there. Set it down. All right, there's a piece in there. Sometimes it pops out when I tap it like this. It doesn't really matter. It's going to come out in a minute or two. But the very next thing you got to do is loosen up these small little hex bolts here. Doesn't take too much to get them going. I have noticed after firing the weapon, they do loosen up, but you don't have to take them all the way out. You just got to loosen them up a little bit. You'll start feeling some play in the shroud there. So then that just slides right off. Just be careful. Set it up here. Oh, yeah, there's that piece. That piece likes to come out right about there. Just you can try to put it back in there. I just put it there so I know where it is. All right, so this next part, you got to unscrew that from the part below it, but both pieces spin together. So you got to hang on to that one and give it out. It doesn't have to be any more than finger tight. I've figured out. Just slide that off. Drop that on the table. This next part, you're going to have to get this split ring out, but you got to pull down on the spring, the slide of it. You got to kind of force that down, and you're going to see this is going to come out. It's two pieces. It's this split ring. It's two parts. Just put those aside. They're supposed to be like that. And now you're going to have to like finagle this thing off. It takes a little bit. I'm going to have to grab a rag here because it's a little greasy. Let me grab that rag. Crank it off, and I can just lightly slide that off. Just put that on the table. There's another part there that we're going to slide off later. You could slide it off now if you wanted, but all right, next thing you got to do is you got to pull back on that spring and release that lever there. You got to push the lever down, get that loose, and then you have to unscrew this part here. Now, this is the trickiest part about breaking it down. I don't have a special tool. So, I took a pair of vice grips. I just kind of loosened it up that way. I did it a second ago before I got started. Hey, that's what I got. So I loosened it up. This thing's a little fussy. It's not, it's just on that spring. There's some friction in there. I'm going to wrestle with this a little bit just to get it off. So anyway, you're going to wrestle with this thing. Next thing you do is just pull out your bolt lever, and then this whole mechanism just slides right out. And really that's it, except for this last part. I don't think anything else comes out. This is that part I was talking about earlier. You can just slide that thing off, put it aside. You could have taken it off earlier, but it came off. You got to just push down on the spring, or up on the spring here. You got to kind of push up on the spring here to give you enough space to get your mechanism out right here. Yeah, you got to get that out of there. And it's kind of wonky, right? So I think that's as far as you can break it down. I don't really see a way to get the rest of that apart. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Anyway, I hope this video helped you figure out how to disassemble your new Boss Citadel 25.